there, I'm Margaret Lewin and welcome to Margaret Lewin Quilting. Today I want to show you my quilting patterns that I received for the month of September from Nancy Haacke from Wasatch Quilting. Nancy does digitized quilting patterns for all different types of long arms, and this is where I choose to get my patterns every month. So what happens, so that I can explain it to you, is every single month I receive patterns from two different designers. One of them is Nancy and the other one is Ann Bright. Both of them do two totally different types of patterns. They're artists and they do two different things. Nancy's patterns tend to be denser, they tend to be flowier, they tend to be really lots of feathers and loops, and she also does a lot of modern stuff along with it, which is really nice because I'm getting both ends. Anne tends to do more staple patterns. I do tend to use Anne's more, but I use Nancy's more for custom things. So I like the fact that I'm getting patterns from two different sources every single month. I'm always looking for another source to get them. I do like the club memberships. I pay a minimum amount every single month. I belong to the Masters Club with Nancy, and every single month I get a nice set of patterns. I don't have to worry about it. I just am always getting new and different things, which is fantastic. So if you'd like to see Nancy's patterns, please do stick around and I'll show you what they look like. So here is this is Nancy Haacke or Nancy Hack. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. She is with Wasatch Quilting, and Nancy's things are totally different than Ann Bright's, which is one of the reasons why I subscribe to both of their clubs. So this is the book that I have. This is just 2016's. I'll be moving into a 2017 book here. I've tried to keep hers by year because Nancy does put out quite a few patterns, and you get multiple pages when you print out the monthly PDFs of it. It's nothing for hers to be 25 pages long. That doesn't mean there's that many more designs. It's just, well, I'll show you when I get into it. So anyhow, here is my September, okay? And Nancy always has a cover letter. It tells you which one it is. And so off we go. I'm going to try to get both pages into the frame so that you can see. Nancy, it always does a few edge to edges, and that's what this design is here. This is suitcases and the globe. These are also some more edge to edge. She's got the Baptist fan. Now, not only did Nancy put out the Baptist fan simple, she also did it with circles in it, which I think is really neat because it gives you another option. She also did modern beads. Now, she shows in every pattern what they look like, all printed up. Nancy's great about showing what the patterns are going to look like. In here, you can see the modern beads, and she shows it in the perspective of what it is. So this is a 94 inch wide pattern. So if you've got a really wide quilt, this pattern will fit within it, or queen size quilt, I guess it would be. She also shows how you could join two different patterns together. So what she's got is the ones with the beads in it and then a plain one. Then you do one with the beads and one with the plain. So she gives you visual ideas on how to work with her patterns, which I think is great, especially for a new quilter. Here's some other ones that she's done. Here's some triangles, cables. This is fractured paint, it looks like. I'm reading upside down. That's a really, really wide border. But if you can see with Nancy, she's got a lot of detail in them, which I think is fantastic. I tend to use Nancy's designs a lot for custom. And as I get into this, you're gonna see why. She's got nice individual patterns. So if you've got something that you need to drop something into, so let's say you're doing a child's quilt and it's got a circular, balls on it. You could put all of these world globes inside those balls and it would be beautiful. She's also got nice cables. And again, see how she's planned out exactly how you can lay it out, which is fantastic. It really helps. Now down here, this one, if you can see it, I'll move the book a little bit. Not only does she have one of her designs in there, but she's added other fills to it. So again, you get another idea of how to handle her patterns. I'm gonna turn it. Now here is a picture of the entire fractured paint box wide border. So you can get a really good look at what the entire thing has. And she's got a modern lines border along with it. So you can also see what that one looks like. She's included in this month a world globe border. And then here's the Prairie Set 9-inch border. So again, nice wide borders. And you can see, at least I hope you can see, this one, the fractured paint one's got these really nice curved dots or circles and a lot of feathers in it. Now this one has circles too, but the feathers are all outside the circles where these feathers have the circles inside of them. So lots of different things that you can do. Nancy's patterns are really nice. I do like them a lot. Now here she's given you an example. Here's the border with a modern border. Then you've got the triangles that she's put together. You can see this is a triangle, but what she's done is she's taken 2 triangles and put those together, and then 2 more on the edges, so that what happens is now you can fill a really big triangle. And then she gives you the individual patterns down below. Again, just a bunch of more ideas. Nancy is great about that. She is constantly giving you different ideas on how to use her patterns. Now here's a square and a square quilt layout. So if you have a quilt that has a square and a square, here's a perfect design for you on how to do it. Turn the page. Now here's your Baptist fans, both of them laid out side to side. Here's the one with the pearls or the circles, however you want to label them. And here's just the simple Baptist fan. And these are both edge to edge designs. And here's more. See, in this one, she's filled every other row with the pearls. And in this one, she filled every single row with the pearls. This is just a denser Baptist fan, but it is included. So you can see she really does do a lot. She's great at describing or showing you how to do all different patterns. And here's a bigger of the edge to edge for the travel. And the modern ribbon, you can see all of that out. So this is what it's going to look like on your quilt. And this is at a 1/2 inch separation, and this is at a 3/4 inch separation. So again, she's showing you different ways. Here is the modern ribbons and the pearls edge to edge. And here's just the modern beads. Now, these are all of my September 2016 patterns. Now, out of these, I'm going to tell you what ones I know I'm going to use without a doubt. The fractured, I know I will use that without a doubt. The cable, I know I'm going to use that. The luggage, that's probably a, that one I'm not sure that I'm going to use. But what I really liked out of this was also the piece of luggage, because that one could come in handy. It's a different type of pattern that we don't always get. Here's the cable again. I know I use that. I know these triangles, I will use that. I use a lot of triangles. The square and a square, I probably will use that. I may not, but I probably will because I really like that pattern. And the modern, I would like to try that. The problem with this modern one is if you've got a quilt that is not perfectly square, or if you're gonna try to drop this into a border that's not real square, you could run into some problems. Something like this is going to have to be very carefully lined up, and it's gonna have to be babysat when it gets quilted. Not that I don't like it, because I do. I think it could come in really nicely in some designs. In fact, I'm thinking potentially the Victoria Finley Wolf quilt that I'm going to be quilting up here as soon as Pat Sloan's Mystery's over with. That might be nice in some of the sashing borders. I have to see when I get to that stage. This, I love this. I just think it's gorgeous. And the Baptist fan, I probably will use that. I have a Baptist fan right now, but it's extremely difficult to put together and have quilt out right. So I will be playing with this design to make sure that I can get it to quilt out right. And out of the Baptist fans, I think that this one is probably my favorite, the one with all the pearls in. So that, I think this is really cool too. I will be searching to do something with this one because that is cool. And I think that's probably the ones I will be using the most. This one, this is the modern ribbon, and I do really like those. I want to stitch that one out, and I want to stitch this one out next to it just to see how they compare to one another. Because I think those could really be nice in the right instance. It's going to have to be in the right instance because they're real modern. So that is my September of 2016 patterns from Nancy. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. If you like these types of videos, please do give it a thumbs up so that I know that you like to see them. If there's another designer out there that you know of, let me know who they are, because I'm always looking for new and different designs, and every artist does things a little bit differently. So I am always interested in new design patterns for quilting. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be back to see you again really soon. And oh, don't forget, if you wanted these sweet tea kits, they are available on my website. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.